Hello, I'm Rob Phillips, and welcome to my channel, where I help you to live a more balanced and present life through yoga and meditation. So if you've been following my channel for a while, you might have noticed I'm in a slightly different space. So I've actually just moved to the LA area, still getting set up, but this is going to be my new yoga room, my new space in which I film all these classes, and I'm really excited. I'll have a lot more room than my old apartment, you'll probably notice. So for my first class back today, we're going to keep it pretty simple. We're going to be doing a 30-minute hips focus sequence with minimal cueing. So what I mean by that is I'm going to give us the necessary cues to get into the pose, maybe a few minor modifications. But once we're in the pose, I'm going to be more or less quiet. I'm going to let us kind of marinate in the pose until the time is up. So the idea behind that would be to give you a chance to drop in, to really settle without my cueing kind of steering you too much either way. So for today's class as well, you won't need any special props. And whenever you're ready to get started, we're going to find our way into a comfortable seat. So once you found your comfortable seat here, you can close your eyes. And with your eyes closed, beginning to land in the body, beginning to settle and arrive right here where you are. And while through most of the class, I won't be speaking all that much as I said, we'll take just a minute or so here to deliberately cultivate a sense of grounding, sense of connection here in the body. So just feeling the ground beneath you and allowing yourself to relax. Letting go of any tension you're holding on to in the shoulders or the middle back. Letting go of any tension you're holding on to in the face or especially into your jaw perhaps. And as you let go of all of that, getting the sense of what it's like to just be here, to just land. Let's do just that here for a few more moments, for a few more slow breaths. From here, you can take a gentle inhale breath through your nose, dropping the chin down towards the chest as you exhale and opening the eyes. And from here, first pose we'll begin in will be simple butterfly pose. So from your seat, you're going to take the soles of the feet together. Feet can be closer or farther depending on your body. And although we don't specifically need props, if you'd like, you can sit on a blanket. You could reinforce the knees, especially if there is some significant sensation there. With that all set up here, we can now take an inhale breath for some lift. Use an exhale breath to ease your way forwards, to relax into the fold. And just a brief introduction as well in this first pose, remembering that at no point in the sequence should you feel pain in the body, should you feel sharp or focus sensations. If you do feel anything like that, you're going to want to back out of the pose, you're going to want to leave. But assuming the body feels safe, assuming there is no strong sensation, in that case, letting your body settle into stillness, relaxing. And let's spend the remainder of the pose here letting it do its work, noticing what that's like. Let's take a final complete breath here as we are. Slowly, as we inhale, we can roll up and away from the floor here, and maybe take a moment to release the shoulders and the upper back. And take a moment to extend the legs, let them release. And I like to just sit here for a minute or so and marinate, kind of resonate. Again, just being here, letting the pose do its own work without us needing to interfere all that much. And from here, you can slowly open your eyes. Next couple poses we're going to do are two variations of deer pose. Again, an outer hip opener. So to set up for deer, I'm going to recommend sitting somewhere near the front of the mat. We're going to start with our left side. So rolling over onto that left side hip. Right leg can park somewhere inside, and you can move a little closer or farther, depending on how this feels in your body. Remembering for none of these poses should we feel really anything going on in the knees. If you are feeling that, you're going to want to maybe back out or even reconsider practicing the pose altogether. Assuming everything feels okay here, though, you're going to inhale and lift and lengthen. Exhale and walk your way forwards and down. As you walk your way forwards and down, see if you can notice that release on the outside edge of your left leg. Again, coming to just the right edge where we feel something but not too intense. And then settling here. Relaxing and landing here for the next little while. Take a final complete breath right here. And you'll lift yourself up just a bit here and walk yourself somewhere over towards the left corner of your mat, basically kind of aiming in the direction of your left knee. From there, you'll take a gentle inhale breath to extend. Use your exhale breath to walk your way down and towards the floor, and essentially just getting a different flavor of this deer pose. Notice what shifted in that transition. Notice how you are feeling the pose differently. And assuming the body feels safe and spacious there, again, letting yourself relax. Letting yourself really land and arrive right here for the next little while. Take a final complete breath right here. Slowly press yourself up, and to help reset here, let's just swing both legs forwards, out and in front. And sit nice and tall for a few moments and just let the body resonate. And you can move a little bit like you probably noticed I did. Anything that lets you kind of reset between the two sides. And giving yourself that moment of reset here, moment of kind of clarity here. And from here now, as you're ready, we're going to set up for second half. So setting up onto the outside edge of that right hip. Left leg, as with the first side, can be kind of infinite positions here. You just want to be mindful that there's no pressure in the knees. And if you are feeling pressure, you can use props or just adjust accordingly until you do no longer feel that. Having set all that up here, when you're ready, we'll start with that more straightforward fold. So you can take an inhale breath for some length. Use your exhale breath to walk your way forwards and down, releasing essentially straight over that right side. Again, primary target for this and most of the poses we're doing today is to feel some release on the outside edge of the right leg. So dial that in until you feel that edge, just the right amount of sensation there. And then having dialed that in, we close our eyes. We let ourselves land and relax here for the next while. Take a final complete breath right here. Picking yourself up just a little bit, so now you can walk over towards the right corner of your mat again, almost like aiming over that right knee, I think is a good intention. Slowly relax your way down and release into the second half of this pose. And again, as you shift, notice how the overall effect has shifted. Fine-tune in such a way that feels just right for your body at this moment. And take a final complete breath right here where you are. Slowly press your way up, walk your way back towards center, and extend both legs out and in front of you here. Again, you might move, you might shake them out and release a little bit, and then let's make our way all the way onto our backs here. So as you lie down, essentially spreading out onto the floor, this is not final Shavasana, but a little brief Shavasana as a transition point. Let this be a chance to feel all the various effects of those last poses. Let this also be a chance for the body to reset and neutralize before we move into our next phase. Take a gentle inhale breath through your nose. A gentle exhale breath out your mouth. Staying here on our back. Drawing the knees in towards the chest. And with the knees drawn in here, starting to separate. The thighs a little wider, coming into stirrup pose or happy baby pose. So depending on your body, you may prefer to just stick with the knees, or if it's comfortably available to you, you can reach up and hold on to the edges of the feet. Now, just remembering in this context here, this yin yoga context, you're not so much pulling onto the feet or the knees. Really just hold on to them and let the shoulders relax, let the body really settle here. Assuming the body does feel safe, letting yourself just be in this simple pose for the next little while. And take a final complete breath right here where you are. Slowly release the legs here onto the floor, and you might appreciate a little movement, a little shift side to side. You could also extend again into Shavasana. We're going to be going to that in just a few minutes, but a couple more poses. First, just again in neutral shape to integrate for a few breaths. From here, tying this together with a final pair of twists, so you can shift your hips a little bit towards the left edge of your mat as you cross your left leg over the top of the right. From here, in the middle, you'll take a gentle inhale breath. Slowly, as you exhale, roll the legs over towards your right, opening the left shoulder anywhere onto the floor. I usually end up resting my right hand on top of the knee here, but totally optional, whatever feels right for you. And in the pose, relaxing, settling, and giving the posture the time it needs to do its work. Take a final complete breath here. Slowly inhale and wind the knees into center, and take a few breaths to shift, release, and reset as you might like. We'll set up for a second half, so you can cross the right leg on top. Maybe shift the hips a little towards the right edge. Take a gentle inhale here. And slowly as you exhale, roll your way over to the left. And left arm can open anywhere comfortable onto the floor alongside you. Let the body ring out. Let everything release as you settle for these next couple minutes. Take a final complete breath right here. Slowly wind your legs back into center. You can uncross, move, shift, and release. 4, extending your legs long for a final rest, final Shavasana. Now for today, we're really just going to rest here for a minute or so, but of course, if you prefer to rest here longer, that can be nice, but working with what time we do have. For now here, settling, closing the eyes, and just one last time to transition, taking a deep inhale breath through our nose. Opening up the mouth to exhale and let absolutely everything go. So on your back, just taking a few more moments to tune in and reconnect. Taking a few slightly deeper breaths and getting things moving. When you're ready to, pressing up again into a comfortable seat and closing your eyes there for a final check-in. Feeling everything practice has shifted within your body, within your state of mind. And joining the hands in front of the heart. Thank you so much, as always, for joining me in this practice, and may our practice bring benefit to all beings. We bow. Thank you so much, as always, for joining me in practice. If you do have any thoughts, questions, or comments, do let me know down below. Finally, of course, if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a like and consider subscribing to my channel if you want to see more yoga practices like this each week.